Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another episode of Pluribus, episode
Mhm.
number 8, Charm Offensive. I wonder why they didn't call it the Charm Offensive. You know?
Because you got 8 billion people focused on Carol right now. Like, I know they're doing stuff too around the world, but they're really focused on Carol. Like, how can we fix this? That was you got to think about like the taking her to the was it the coffee shop that she grew up at and she wrote her book at.
Oh, the
That's
diner,
great.
the diner, yeah.
The, the psychological thing on that.
Mhm.
And that's why Carol snapped the way she did when she realized, "Oh, what are you guys doing? Like, you have all this intimate information about me, and you're utilizing it to make me do what you want me to do. That's crazy." I would have lost my mind too. I'm sorry. I would. Some people would have died that day
Yeah.
by me yelling.
That was
Just how
really
Carol yell.
that was really interesting because she said, this diner had burned down, right?
Yeah, they spent. You gotta think about it. So they spent weeks beforehand
Mhm.
building this up, flying all these people in to go do this thing. They had to get set the whole chef up, put the food in there. This takes resources and
But
time
but let me say this. Let
for
me
a
stop
date.
you. Let me let
For
me
a date.
let me
That's some
stop you
love
really
right there.
quickly. Like you said a few weeks in America, building something that's going to take like 2 years. That's going to take 2 years.
Mhm.
Permits, everything, environmental studies, the whole nine, right?
Oh yeah.
But
Oh
I see what you're
yeah.
saying,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Probably in Canada too,
At
to take a
least.
few time, some
Oh no,
time.
it would take 10 years to build in Canada. But
You know?
but like, here's the thing, like it had to take at least a week to go
Yeah.
build that place. A foundation is set,
Hmm.
everything, build the thing up, make it look exactly the same, identical, and then bring the people in because you had to go get the waitress and like she was in Miami at the time.
She was in
So bring her,
Miami.
fly her ass all the way over here to go do the thing.
Uh,
That's crazy. The detail on that. When I think here's the thing too. Had they not brought the waitress back and just did it, Carol would have accepted it. The second she saw the waitress, she was like, "Oh no, no, oh no, no,
she
you're
was
gonna
like,
catch
"This
me
is too
slipping."
weird. This is too
Yeah,
weird."
you're doing too much right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she brought up like, what was she doing beforehand? Where was she? She's in Miami. Oh my god, like
Like she got married, she has kids. They brought her back to
yeah,
Albuquerque. Let's talk about
yeah,
Minosa really quickly because he had a very small part. Yo, listen, we were
yeah.
talking offline about this. Is Minosa like super dumb or is it just me?
Now here's the thing: when the show started, I was a big fan of his. I was like, "Yo, this guy, he's doing the detail work, he's
Mhm.
detective work on, figuring out the signal codes. He's not gonna eat their food; it's tainted." I was like, "Cool, cool, 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 cool." As the show goes on, I'm like, "This guy's a big dummy, man."
Yeah, he's a
You
big
know?
dummy.
I He drives me crazy because here's the thing: he has the information. He knows they're not going to try and harm him. They have to help him do all this stuff. They know he knows all this stuff. He's leaving IOUs everywhere. And he's out here trying to drink gasoline. Like, come on, bro. They'll give you a car full of gas if you ask for it.
That's it.
Like,
Wave
hey,
wave to the
they know where
sky.
you're
Hey.
going. They tried to stop you from injuring yourself. And you're like, no, I'm going to injure myself anyway. I'll show you. You big dummy, man. I
Right.
hate people like that, man.
And
They told him, like, don't go through this woods. You're going to get hurt. He's like, I'll show you. I'm going to go
and
through these woods and
and
get
they
hurt.
also told him, you don't have to pay for anything. He's continually creating these IOUs or giving money, like when he was taking gas. And it's just like, dude, and we were talking like, offline again, where when he
Mhm.
was in a hospital, he's getting treated. Okay. God, think
Yes.
about that. You're getting treated. You just got poked out by some, spikes on a tree, right?
Raise the sharp tree.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Those joints are poisonous, and they saved you,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
you're just and now you're in Panama. So you don't have to cross so you didn't have to cross water. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because they came and got you in a helicopter. You're in Panama. The next
Mhm.
stop is Mexico. Then after that is Albuquerque, right? So it's
Yeah, you're
just
right
like,
there. You're literally
right,
right there.
exactly. So it's just like, well, they told you that, hey, you know what? We're not going to do anything to you. From the
Mhm.
SD cards that Carol was sending you, Carol also said probably they're not going to do anything to you. They said, hey,
Yeah, they
you
have
need
to help
anything, I'll
you.
give it to you. Dude, they're giving you this food and everything else.
Mhm.
You're in a hospital, you're being treated because you're about to die, And then your goofy behind picks up a scalpel, grabs the
bro.
doctor, and then says, "What is the itemized bill for everything that you have done?" Dude, come
The
on.
nurse practitioner there when he's just like, "Well, you want me to print it? What? Do you realize where you are right now? Like, what's going on?" She's like, "All right, whatever, bro. I'll print it out for you." This guy's signing in crayon, man. I'm like, "Yo, you big dummy. You're a
Yo,
dummy."
and here's the other thing, right? Which is like that part right there. I don't know how this like sort of compute, but
Mm,
okay, so he was like, you know what? I'm out of here. I don't trust these people, yada, 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 right? But you
yeah,
still ripped off a paramedic's truck to do what you wanted to do. So how can
yes,
you say I don't want to deal with these people or I want to be honest and I want to pay people the whole nine, right? But you're still ripping
yeah.
off paramedics trucks, the whole
No,
nine.
he put the truck in the IOU. That's why it's $8,000.
Oh my
I'm
goodness,
like,
come
bro,
on.
I can't. The lack of self awareness this guy has.
None.
So it's like we talk about this offline. When he gets to Carol and sees Zosia, he's gonna have a problem, man. This guy's gonna have a
Well,
real problem. It's not
that
gonna
could
go
go two
well.
ways. He could have a problem or have a problem. Like, which
He's got
type of problem
99
do you want to
problems, man.
have? Right. Do you want a problem or do you want a problem? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
For real. So it
Mhm.
all depends on how he's gonna deal with that. But
Yeah.
and the other thing is this, and I said this too, we were talking about this. Okay, so he's in Panama.
Mhm.
They had to save him basically. And
Like
all
he
of
was
this
gonna die.
cost about $9,000, 8,000, $9,000. Dude, if you were in America and something like that happened to you, they'd have charged you like
Right.
$150,000. If you were in Canada, they would have charged you $150,000.
It
I mean,
got the
like,
grip.
come on, $8,000. I was like, when they said $8,000, I was like, ooh, this is kind of that's a
Like, I need to go to
deductible.
Panama for operations,
Yeah, for
apparently.
real. You
Like
know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, so I'm just like, and he still doesn't get it. Like, you've been
that part,
traveling
the
you've been traveling
leaving.
through the jungles the whole nine. They came and picked you up. You actually, and I said this, you waved. It was subtle, but you waved up at the sky and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm about to
Mhm.
die. Come get me."
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. No, but for me, the part that's so infuriating about this is he doesn't understand anything. Apparently, because he's still leaving the island. That's like you don't understand what the situation you're in.
Yeah.
There is nobody coming back to be like, wait, who the hell is this Medusa guy? Where his name is? Like, who's this guy? He owes this hospital $8,000. Where is this money? Like, there's nobody coming back to do that. This money's gone. Money doesn't exist anymore. He's still out. This guy's still leaving money on the back of cars and stuff like that. Bro, money doesn't exist anymore. It's irrelevant. That's
This is
the part that bothers me about him is he doesn't understand the situation he's in. Even though Carol explained it, I know Carol explained it, and if he wanted to, he could call Carol and talk to her
yeah,
because the
exactly.
Carol left the phone number and everything on the package, so that we can call her. I know she did that. It's in the
She
show.
did, and you
She
know,
left her address and her information to contact her, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good." Oh no, forget that. I'm
right.
gonna go see her in person. She could have answered all your questions on the phone. Like, oh, okay, this is pointless. I don't need to come out there. It was space time.
Or let me ask you this here.
Mhm.
So, when they were delivering the packages to all of the unconverted, right? The 13 or the
Yeah.
12 unconverted, he wasn't eating his food. He was like just tossing it. He was like, mm. So, because
Mhm.
of that, I'm going to assume that when they were giving him the packages, he wasn't like, looking at these packages either. So he may absolutely be clueless because if he wasn't eating food and he was, like looking in his refrigerator eating like old stuff, right? Why would he
Yeah.
take a package from these people as well?
Well, we know he watched it because he knows who Carol is. So
Mhm.
that's the only thing that I have to go on. I don't know if you watched all of
Well, she
them.
was calling him too. And she was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, she
Carol,
did
yada,
call
yada,
him.
yada." You know what I'm
Oh, yeah, that's
saying?
right. I forgot about that. He did have interactions away from the package. Maybe he didn't watch the package.
I don't think he watched the package because, like, now I'm starting to
That's a
think
very
that
good point.
the only sort of information he has, the only data he has, are these people he is around through his journey. Where he
Yeah.
was in Paraguay, that's his
Mhm.
data right there. Just people telling him, "Hey, blah 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 blah." He doesn't have a
Mhm.
chaperone, so the chaperone can't tell him
That's his
exactly what's
mother.
going on.
The mother was the chaperone.
I don't
Yeah, but
know. She was,
they never interacted properly to fix the things so they can talk.
yeah,
So he doesn't know anything.
So, oh, you know what? Wow, wow, wow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The
I'm
mother
getting,
was the chaperone. She was
I'm
the one
getting
bringing the
chills right
food.
now because we were saying that, well, you were saying that, and I agree that these chaperones are based on the person.
Yes.
You know, like Carol, she has a chaperone because this woman is hot. Zosia is hot. Carol is like, she flows like in different like
Yeah.
directions. You know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
have like all these women for the French guy. I'm not
Yeah,
quite
they're all
sure what's
doing the
going
same
on with
thing.
everyone else. So,
One of them's the chaperone, whoever it is, the
yeah,
hostess is
yeah.
the
See, so he
chaperone,
doesn't
whatever.
have a chaperone. So the chaperone isn't
Yeah.
like feeding him data about like this is who we are,
Mhm.
this is what's going on. We can't convert you unless you consent, yada yada yada. So he's not only goofy and dumb, he's also completely clueless and he's not
Mhm.
informed as well. So I think
Yeah,
when he
he's
gets
not
to,
informed.
yeah,
Yeah,
mhm,
I think that's right. I think we were expecting that he saw the videos, he sat down and he's taking notes like Carol is doing.
mhm.
I think you're right. I don't think he watched the videos.
Because an intelligent person would look at these videos, maybe even take the call. Why not take the call? You know,
Yeah, I
like
feel like what do you want? Like,
yeah, and just
I'm
like
pretty sure.
yeah, and just like hey, you know what? This is what's going on, and
Mhm.
I'm going to accept this. And I'm also going to use this to my advantage. I do want to get to Albuquerque. Hey guys, can you fly me out there? Yada yada yada. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't like I keep saying after each episode we do this. I'm like, if this is the situation, why
yeah.
not benefit from it?
Well, okay. I think if we go by the premise that he doesn't have any information, he doesn't understand what's going on,
Hmm.
then I would be paranoid as hell too. Like 100%, I would be paranoid. I'm not accepting nothing either.
Right?
But I think that I would start digging, and that's the problem. The difference between him and me. I would have figured out what Carol figured out by
I
that
want to
time.
know. Hmm.
Yeah, I need to know. Like that's just my personality and my just how I work on everything. And so like I would there's no way I would just sit there and in ignorance and not have a clue, a better understanding about what's going on there. Like just outside of him having a radio and looking for the channels and for like which I want to talk about the radio in a second, but like outside of having the radio, he hasn't done anything. He's done no intel on what's going on for
Nothing.
his country or around the world. He's done the bare minimum,
He
and so
barricaded himself. You know.
he's barricaded himself because I think he thinks everybody's zombies, which is a
Hmm.
fair assessment. Like I would feel like that too. Second, they're not biting me, and or I can't turn. I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's time to get to work now, right? After you're not trying to turn me anymore, it's time to get to work. I'm gonna start digging around. I'm gonna go to the Capitol. I'm gonna start looking for stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like this guy,
And,
he didn't do anything.
and here's the other thing. Before we get on to Carol,
Mhm.
if I'm in Paraguay, if I'm him, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in Paraguay and all this stuff is happening and I'm like, yo, I'm the only person. I'm out I'm going to go out. You have to go outside. You know what I'm saying, right?
Mhm.
To just like see what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he doesn't have the data, if he's not informed, why are you taking your monkey behind to Albuquerque if you don't even know
Yes.
what's going on?
Again, I have questions about like how smart this guy is.
I don't
Like
think he's smart at
he's
all, man.
smart on basic survival stuff. Like you want to go camping, call this guy up.
You
Come
know,
on down. We're gonna go camping. Gonna make a big
need your
campfire, cut
car
some trees
repaired,
down.
done.
Yeah. This guy's good with cars. But on the basic level for reality, this guy's a moron, man.
Crazy.
Honestly, the fact that every other survivor out of this entire planet recognized what was going on enough to be able to travel and get resources, and this guy holed up in his house, or not even in his house. He's holed up in a a storage facility. Like he didn't even get held up in a good place. He held up in a trash place.
You
Like
know?
yo, let's say the lack of brain power on him. Now, I like the actor, and I'm not disparaging him as a person,
Yeah, I
but
like
like
him
his
as an
character is
actor.
dope, man.
Yeah,
His character is dope.
we only
And
have like
look,
one
man,
episode left, so we're gonna see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
it's gonna be World War IV when this guy gets to Albuquerque.
And
It's
when
gonna
they
be bad.
see, okay, so here we go with Carol. He's so Carol.
It's not gonna
Okay,
end. And,
so
and it's in the day he's gonna get over there. It doesn't take that long to get over there. It's not
no,
gonna
no,
take
no.
a
He's
day.
gonna get there. You know, he's gonna
I
come
mean,
there in the paramedics truck. You know, it may break down. We don't know. We will see. So
yeah.
Carol is the episode is called Charm Offensive because she
Mhm.
understands that if you want data, if you want information, if you want these people to give you information about the hive, then
Mhm.
you have to be a certain way. You can't just be out here getting angry and killing like millions of people. So,
Yeah.
and the other thing is this here, and it was kind of a sad moment in the episode because
Mhm.
you know at one point Carol really realized that wow, I mean I was really lonely and I want everyone
Mhm.
back. And you know, I don't want to be
Yeah.
lonely anymore. I mean, just again, I said this last week. In the
Mhm.
entire world, on earth,
Mhm.
you were alone. Like literally.
Yeah. I think there's certain types of people that they can't handle isolation like that. And
Hmm.
here's the thing. I like being alone, but I want to be lonely. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like give me time or I'm by myself. Great.
Right.
But I don't want to be alone
Right.
where the whole city leaves.
The
That's
whole earth.
that's
You know what I'm
discouraging.
saying?
And then you hear, oh no, the people survivors, they still talking to each other, just
Hmm.
not with you. That's
Hmm.
crazy. That's a gut punch right there. That they're like, yo, they don't want to hang out with you, but we
Hmm.
talked. We flew down here yesterday. We all got together, had talks. That's wild, man. And so like this guy, he's the same as Carol. Like he causes the same damage as Carol. And his thing is he's alone, like how Carol's alone. Carol gave in. And this is the important point too. I think Carol gave in, but at the same time she didn't give in because she's still trying to beat this thing.
Hmm.
Because she's still taking notes. The notes on the wall are crazy, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of very important
They
things on the
eat
wall
people.
that are fascinating. And she underlined that, like, oh no, they
Hmm.
eat people. But yeah,
This,
the
mhm.
stuff on the wall is fascinating. Like they're building a giant satellite to go send a signal somewhere else. That's crazy. The fact that there's other people in the universe is crazy. I didn't think about that,
I
but like
thought that
that's
was
wild.
fascinating, you know?
There's other beings in this universe. They sent this joint to us. She said we're ever grateful for it, and we're gonna send it to wherever else we can. That's very fascinating right there. If
Yeah.
you know anything about space, that's super fascinating that there's other things out there like us. And the planet they chose is exactly like Earth. I don't know if you know
Kep-
anything about the Kepler thing. It's got water, the
Kepler
landmass.
22 or Kepler
Yeah,
22b. Uh-huh.
they believe that the air is similar to, I don't know how they figured this out, but like
Hmm.
they believe the air is similar to Earth. They believe it's got water. They believe it's got the same exact same kind of situation that would be here. So that's also crazy.
Yeah.
And the
Hmm.
other thing that's crazy is how she Carol asked Zosia like how they talk to each other. How do you know? And she said that there's a signal that it's she says subconscious in you don't have it turned on, but everybody can talk to each other and they're in their thoughts, but they're not in their thoughts. And so like they can communicate without communicating, and everything's separate but together. Like when they're doing the massage,
Yeah.
and how she's saying how I don't know, I feel it personally, they just know what's happening over there, which is great.
Mm,
That's great information right
yeah.
there.
Well,
She
that's
was asking her, remember when she asked about the alcohol,
yep.
and it's like the same thing. She's like, "Is everybody else getting drunk?" Like, "No, just me." But like,
Well,
yeah, that's fascinating.
I had asked two questions like a few episodes back. I was like, okay, one,
Mhm.
um, I made a prediction. I said they are going to link up, and they did link up. And then the other thing I
Yeah,
said was, excuse me, is there a way that if they link up, she would be the only person who feels that and understands that? And the question now we know is yes, you know? And here's
yes,
the other
it's
thing, right?
personalized, but they just know it's happening, kind of thing,
Exactly, right? So
which is
they know
very
it's happening. So I had to ask you this too. I was like, okay, so and you kind of answered it. I was like, okay,
fascinating.
we've been watching some stuff on YouTube about, how Carol is actually the weapon, right?
Yes,
She is the
yes.
weapon, right? So if she's the weapon, Kepler 22b, which is again, that's kind of bonkers because now we know that you guys are being controlled by people on another planet. You know what I'm saying? Right?
This is
S-
crazy stuff here.
this is
As far
crazy,
as
right?
sci-fi, this is
Right.
up my wheelhouse of sci-fi. I love every aspect of this. Is
Right.
great.
And we haven't even got to the sci-fi part of it yet. Right now we're in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tech
yeah.
phase. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We're just in the
we're
tech
still in the
phase.
science tech stuff. Yeah.
So here she is. So she comes back. They're enjoying themselves. They go croqueting. They have massages. They're eating dinner. Carol
They're
gave
going
her
on dates. They're going on dates. That's what they're
yes.
doing.
And here's the thing, right? Because this is a
Mhm,
person from the hive, right?
mhm.
Zosa initiated the intimacy, the kiss, right? Carol didn't
Yeah,
do it, right?
yeah.
Carol was like, "Well, I haven't done
Yeah,
anything
just
in a minute." You know what I'm
being
saying?
grumpy over here.
Yeah,
That's what she's
like
doing.
maybe
She's
this is
being
what I
grumpy.
need to calm down. You know what I'm saying, or something, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Zosa is the one
Mhm.
who initiated that. I think that's really super interesting
I
a couple
agree.
things that are really super interesting about this episode. One is again,
Yeah.
Zosa initiated the kiss. Why? You're part of the
Mhm.
hive, right? And I know they're
That's a
like,
great
she
question.
probably wants that because they also
Mhm,
created that diner for her as well. The other fascinating
mhm.
thing is the train, right?
Yes.
Because I'm like, well, when I saw the train, I was like, I thought they're trying to preserve energy or whatever. And then Carol was like, well, what's on the train? And she was like, our food. So bodies.
Bodies, yo.
Bodies, dude.
And a
For
tray
real.
full of bodies, yo.
For
Yeah.
real. And then the third thing is Carol is, I don't know if this is a charm offensive. I don't know if Carol is the weapon. I do
Mhm,
know that she understands that you have to be a certain way so that
mhm.
you can one, get information, get data, two, and not
Yes.
kill people. You these
Yeah, yeah.
people, these people are human like. You know what I'm saying? And the other
Mhm,
thing is this here. I mean, all of this stuff going on in the world, and then this thing happened, and it said, hey, you know what? Money doesn't mean anything. Crime
mhm,
is not a problem. All these different, it just everything is just wiped away. So it's just like,
mhm,
well, and Kepler 22b. And so I
mhm.
think that is Kepler that way. The people on Kepler 22b, are they that way too?
That's interesting because
What do
they're
you
the
think
ones that
about
sent
the
the signal.
train? What do you think
So
about the train?
well, there's a bunch of stuff. I'll start with the train.
Mhm.
The transferring the bodies like that is the smartest way because it's the fastest way you can carry the most stuff, right?
Right?
That's crazy. That is
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. And now that Carol knows to look out for it, that's even more crazy. But I think that it's very interesting that behind the scenes, like a veil is in front of everything. All
Mhm.
this stuff is going. It's still like a ticking clock. All the parts are moving. The gears are moving behind the scenes, and you don't notice it because you're only worried about your problems. That's the Carol's thing. I think that this issue here with Carol, she's discovering that I can get more. I is get more honey.
Yep.
What's the thing with you fly? You get more flies with honey than
Yep.
vinegar.
Mhm.
That's what Carol's doing right now.
Yep.
Because
The
I
charm
thought about this
offensive.
when I was watching. Carol had a blow up, but didn't get anybody killed, and she's real slick about what she was saying and thinking because she still wanted to be mad and be
Mhm.
pouty because she's Carol,
Yep.
but like she still got her point
She
across
calmed it
without getting
down a little
anybody
bit.
killed. She calmed it
Exactly.
down,
There's a
and she was
way.
like, "Hey, I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna
Mhm.
calm down a little bit. Let me
Mhm.
get a drink. Do you want a drink?" And she got all this information out of her too about the thought process about how the individuality of this collective thing goes, and I think that Zosia is playing a game with her,
You
but
think so?
also Yeah, I think
Hmm.
well, the collective, not
Collective.
Zosia the person, the
Hmm.
collective Zosia is playing a game, and they recognize, okay, if I'm gonna do this thing and keep this person from blowing up, I'll just say I instead of we, and
Hmm.
everything's easier for everybody. Everybody's happy, whatever, whatever. And she doesn't feel like this is as weird as it is, because that's the important part. The second Carol figures out, oh, this is weird, she just snaps because it's weird. It is weird,
Let me ask you
right?
this here. Why do you why is there such a concentration on Carol though? You know, it's just like we're not like the other, like, 12 people. I guess they accepted that, but like why
Well,
Carol? Again, the YouTubers are just like, yo, she's the weapon, right? So maybe
I
that's
don't
the
I don't think it's
concentration.
that.
Why
I
her?
think the focus is on Carol because Carol's not accepting the programming. That's why it's so important. Because everybody else is like, I'm cool with it, or I'm gonna transform, sign me up, let me join the pod. Everybody else is like that, right? Either they're very comfortable with the pod or they want to be in the pod, right? Everybody's like that. Carol's the only one that's like, I'm gonna bring this pod down. Well, here him and Unosha guy, whatever his name is,
Mm,
they want to bring the pod down. But he doesn't have any information, he's useless. He's a bum.
right.
Right? But like Carol's the only one that is legitimately trying to bring this thing down and doesn't want to be part of it, whereas everybody else is comfortable with what's going on here, right? So I think that's why Carol is the problem, because she's actively trying to blow this thing up, and that's why everyone the focus is on her. Because like you would think the focus would be equally on each one of these people, but it doesn't need to be. Like the Indian lady with her son, that's
Mhm,
clearly like that lady's crazy, man. I'm
mhm.
sorry,
But she's like, this is what
that
it is,
lady
so
is
I'm
nuts.
going to accept it. I have something that I think that this may be the most important thing we've seen, for me anyway. And that is when they were up on that mountain, right? And the
Mhm.
train was coming by, and Carol told Zosa that one of the things that like was
Oh
really
yeah, yeah,
fascinating was the train
yeah.
horns, right?
Mhm.
And Zosa did not know that. She was like, "We." Zosa said, "We do not know that about you."
I have opinion about this. All
Tell
right,
me, tell me.
I think two things are true.
Hmm.
Either Carol's lying just to see, can I get away with stuff, and because I think Carol's manipulative
Okay.
on that level,
Hmm.
and she's trying to see, well, what can I say to her? Because like when
Try to slip
they're
her
there,
up. Hmm.
yeah, when they're together, they're both playing games with each other.
Yeah.
Like when she's telling her life story, but I like the mango ice cream. Like that's some BS right there. I looked at that, I was like, oh, that come on, man, that's some trash. You embellishing on that thing because that's what Carol wants to hear. That's how I looked at it. And Carol was at a straight face, and she had Zosha had this kind of thing, like a sly look on her when she's saying all this stuff,
Hmm.
and it kind of looked like she add that little sprinkle on top. She put a little bit of ice cream on top of the cherries to
Mm,
make the story go down
okay.
better. Because I think they're both they don't trust each other,
I have
but they're
another
both playing
theory.
they're playing games with each other.
Okay, I have
Like,
another theory,
so
dude.
I think it's
Wow.
true
Hmm.
that she liked the ice cream, and they added the extra little thing from the people around that were there too,
Hmm.
and made it hers. So it was true. This happened, and it's in the area this happened, but she had the little thing to make her like the story better. That's what I think was I think there was a little bit embellishing to make the story go down better, so make it fit for Carol.
I
And
think
I
it's
think
this. Go
Carol's
ahead.
testing the level of
That's a good
how
point.
much does the thing know about
Mhm,
what's going on here? Is this thing, do they know everything? Because she thought
mhm.
they knew everything. And she said, let me put this thing in here and see what happens. Oh, you don't know about trains? Interesting. And she looked at
So,
it like, oh, okay. Yeah, I think Carol's lying.
okay, I think this here, right? Okay, so remember,
Helen would know. That's why
yeah, mhm, exactly. Yeah, she would know. I think this
she would
here.
know.
If you really think about
Mhm,
it, right? In
mhm,
the first or two episodes, or even the first three episodes, the Hive, they basically said, we can't find a solution to bring you guys into the hive. It may take a week, it may take a month, it may take years, right?
mhm.
So
Yeah.
as let's just call them super intelligent, they don't know that, right? Now
Mhm,
here's the other thing. they didn't know that Carol actually likes horns. Let's say if that's true, both these things are true, right?
Yeah.
So, and let's also take it into the context of this could be AI or something like that, right? So
Mhm.
clearly AI is hallucinating, right? Because it's just
Mhm.
like, hey, you know what? That slipped. Something's going on with our programming because
Mhm.
we don't, that little bit of information, how did that slip away from us? Something is going on here.
That's
Now
a
that
good
we know
point.
that there's a Kepler 22b, a planet with
Mhm.
people, right? And they're
Mhm.
controlling the whole thing because all this like sort of like trophy stuff we watch, it's always these other planets controlling Earth. Like, you guys are dumb. You guys are dumb. You're killing everyone. It's all about
Mhm.
money. We're just gonna like wipe your memory, and like it's not gonna be. It's gonna be like
Yeah.
pluribus, like all the way around. I think that
Mhm.
the technology behind what's going on, I think that it's slipping because if it is in fact
Oh.
true that Carol
Mhm.
did like or she does like train horns and they don't know about that and they don't know how to bring these people on, like, I mean, you're
Mhm.
super intelligent. How don't you know this stuff? How don't you know this stuff? Why not? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you have all the smartest minds in the world on a on a task. Get Carol.
Yeah.
That's it. And you don't know this thing. I don't know, man. That's a very good argument. I don't know. And the thing about this show is, and this the showrunner, I keep going back to Vince Gilligan. Yo, you have to go back and rewatch this thing because when you see season 2, you're gonna look at season 1 completely different.
Hmm.
The more information you get every time, every show he does like this, the more information you get, the more you look at the original thing that happened differently. A lot of stuff that you thought was like not a big deal, very important, like the painting. That painting's a big deal. Because instantly, Zosia was like, "Oh, brought the painting over here. All right,
Hmm.
cool." She saw that immediately. Oh, okay, that's the real one now. All right, yeah. She looked at that, very important. That little stuff like that you're not thinking about is that's the part about this show that makes it so interesting for a lot of people like us. Like, there's something else going on here, and it's not gonna matter now, but season 2, season 3 is gonna be very important.
We got
That's how I look at it.
we got one episode left, man, and you know what? We know
Oh,
that
he's coming, man.
Manosa's
Terror
coming.
is coming.
And
Terror
let's
from
hope
Paraguay
that
are
he
coming.
doesn't barge in on Carol and Zosa, and if they do, again, he can have a problem or he can have a problem. Which type of
I
problem do you want
I
to
think
have?
he's
You
gonna have
know?
a problem. That's the
Yeah.
thing. He's
Mhm.
gonna have a
Yeah.
very big problem.
This is man, this is like, listen, this show is so fascinating. I
Mhm.
feel like I feel like it's just, yeah, again, we get into these Apple TV series and they just, all of this Apple TV series that we reviewed completely blows our mind, like Dark Matter, all of this
Yeah,
stuff,
Dark
man,
Matter
just
is
well
great.
written, the whole nine, so
Mhm.
I'm really impressed with this show. We are talking about Pluribus, episode number 8, Charm Offensive. Keo, what are you going to rate this joint? I don't even know why we should I
Is
should keep
we don't
asking
have to,
you.
we don't even do the ratings anymore. This is 10.
It's a 10.
And here's the crazy part about this show. This is another show that not a lot happened, and some of the most important things about this show happened.
Yeah.
Like, we got a lot of really good intel about how the
Oh,
thing works with
explain
the
the radio
mind.
to me. You said you had something about the radio you were going to say.
Okay, so I think that
Hmm.
this guy discovered the channel that the mind thing is on.
Who,
'Cause he
wait a
flipped
minute,
through
like
all the
Minosa?
channels. Yeah,
Minosa?
I think he discovered whatever the frequency is with the
Hmm.
bandwidth. Because like, what's the radio? What bandwidth is on? It's not UHF whatever, because that's TV. What bandwidth do you think the radio signals on? What hertz?
Um, I
Because it's
think.
like 29 something. Like, it's something. It's not radio.
Mhm.
It's
I
like,
know
I
what you're
think
talking
that's
about. Mhm. I know what you're talking
underneath
about. I can't
radio.
remember it
Because
now.
radio is broadband.
Mhm.
So I don't remember irrelevant. The point is, he went through all these channels. There's nothing. He went through this one channel. There's like a digital signal, and I think that's the signal that all the brains are talking to each other on. That's what I think
Mm.
he discovered by
Ooh, I'm
accident,
getting
and
chills,
he don't
yo, for
even know what it
real.
is. He don't know what it is because all the channels are dead. Like, they're not communicating any other way. They don't need
Well,
emails. They don't need whatever Wi-Fi. They don't need none of that
why
stuff.
didn't
All
Carol
that stuff
figure that
turned
out
off.
then? Like, let me turn on the radio.
Well, she's not looking for that. It's like you need that kind of radio. You need the walkie-talkie radio kind of find this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have to be on a broadband channel because, like, with the channels or the radio, whatever, there's different levels to the channels. So the
Mm-hmm.
channels that the TV's on, it's broadband, it's wide enough, and it's not enough things on that thing like, so you look at like your radio or your phone in your house. It's like 2.4 and was a 5.0 whatever the
2.4,
signal.
5, and 6. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5 and 6, right? These are the broadband channels in the ozone, whatever, in your
The
area.
spectrum.
This is
Mm-hmm.
the spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's things that's crowded on
Yep.
these signals,
Mm-hmm.
like the thing where your phone is and your cell phone or whatever. That's a crowded signal. It's full of noise. There's
Mm.
channels above that, and it's stuff for walkie-talkies that there's not a lot of stuff on there, or it's short range. So if like walkie-talkie short range,
Mm.
if I have the same signal, I'm on the same channel, I can only go like half a mile down the street, and then I can still hear it. But I go further than that, it's gonna be static. You can't hear anything,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
These guys are all talking on short range levels on a channel, and it's like a mesh signal for your Wi-Fi. We're getting super nerdy right now.
Yeah.
It's mesh Wi-Fi. That's
It's,
where the people are talking to each other with.
so it's not even talking. That's probably one of the reasons why they couldn't have any other interference like cell phone towers and everything else, right?
Yes.
And so it's no talking on this joint, but the signal just needs to be transmitted so that everyone can stay in the hive.
It needs to be pure.
Okay.
That's what it is. There's
Wow.
nothing else on that
I'm getting
channel.
chills,
And you went
dude.
through all the channels on the radio, and there's nothing
Mhm.
else there. That channel has to be pure, and nothing can. If you put something through that channel, it'll muck it up, and people are gonna break out of it. That's what
Wow.
I think is gonna happen.
Well,
They
listen,
got to discover it first.
I'm also giving this joint a 10 because it's just a 10 all the way around, man. I mean, I don't like, we got one episode left, man. I hope these episodes,
They gonna crush it.
I will say this though. This episode
Mhm.
was only 42 minutes, right? The other one was
Yeah.
45 minutes. The first episode
Mhm.
was like an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes. I feel
Mhm.
like, when I see these 45-minute episodes, it's like when you watch a show like this on linear TV, there are
Mhm.
15 minutes of ads during the entire programming. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, I wonder why they're giving us 40, 45-minute like episodes. Are they going to take this someplace else? Sorry. Are they going to take this somewhere else? Are they going to
Mhm.
say, hey, you know what, after this is done, maybe we can, sort of push it over to like CW or something like that? I don't know, but they're 45-minute
Ah,
episodes.
well, convenience is Sony's company, but like I think that the the way they did the edit was this is all you need to know. We're giving you all the information you need to know to watch this thing. You don't need any extra thing. Some shows you may need more information and get the message out or how they want to convey the story. This one was like we only need 45. That's it.
Mm.
We don't need any more. Because
Wow.
the show's concise. You're the show, basically nothing happened. This guy traveled from the crazy jungle, got to Panama, got his back fixed.
Mhm.
Carol smashed, right? That's the show.
That's the
Carol
show,
went to
man. And
Carol
it's
went
a
on
10.
4 dates. She smashed. She slept over in the hive.
She's a lot happier
And
too. She's a lot
and she's
happier.
happier. She's not as angry when she gets in the fight, whatever. She's like, I'm a drink and I'll be that in this bad. But like I'm saying, as far as the show, they went on a couple dates, they smashed. The guy they got a massage. This guy got from the jungle, the insane jungle, Panama. He's driving to America now. That was the show. And you
Also,
break it down like the basics of those shows. There's so much information in the basics. It's
right,
crazy.
like how they sleep. They all sleep in the same place. It's
I
like you
listen,
have all
I
these
was
houses, and
asking that.
you have all these houses. Like again, they're trying to conserve energy, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
But I'm
have all
saying,
these houses, and it's just like, okay, so people gotta like sleep on a floor.
well, this thing when this show started, that's one of the things of where are these people go at nighttime? Where are they at?
Yeah.
Because they're all empty. All these houses are empty. They turn the lights on for.
Mhm.
Highways empty. Everything's empty. They're in a warehouse somewhere sleeping like
Yeah.
vampires. Like that's what's going on here. It had to be something like that. And my brain, if I was in the show, I would be like, I need to find this out.
Yeah.
I need to know, where are you sleeping? I'll go to all the big convention centers, whatever. I'm like, yo, we gotta be sleeping somewhere in here.
It's
Like, I
crazy.
need to know that. I need to know what you're eating. I
Mhm.
need to know what you're sleeping.
Mhm.
What do you do when you're not here?
And
When
is
you're not
there a
in front of me
curfew too?
acting.
Is there a curfew? You have to be here
Yeah,
at this time. I don't know.
yeah.
Wow,
Everyone went to
man.
sleep at the same time.
This is super fascinating, man. We both gave it a 10. We've given all these episodes a 10. We have one episode left. We are talking about Pluribus, episode number 8, Charm Offensive. It's available on Apple TV. Go check it out. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I'm DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.